Guys, welcome to Fairfax Market. My name is Chef Eric Wells. It is a pleasure and honor to have you guys here. Before I get started, to you guys who have not met my sous chef, this is my sous chef, Chef Elisa. She'll be assisting us this afternoon. So guys, this recipe that we're going to make today is a special recipe for me, and I'll tell you guys why in a little bit. But we're doing this, what I call an all-American chili. And I know everyone has a chili recipe. Everyone loves to make chili. This recipe for me is kind of interesting because of the spices that we're using. And the spices that we're using are all available here at Fairfax Market here, Myers Fairfax Market. Now, some of you guys were here, I think last time or 2 times ago when I talked about spices, and somebody mentioned that they had to throw out all of their spices. I didn't tell you to throw out all your spices. I suggested that you throw away your spices. Now, again guys, as I mentioned, spices, ground spices, they usually have a shelf life of about 6 months, okay? After about 6 months, unfortunately, you probably want to get rid of it. So I mentioned it before, Thanksgiving is next month. That poultry seasoning that you have in your cabinet from 1989, please throw away. That's not good anymore. It's dead. Please throw it away. Okay? So guys, we're going to get started. First of all, we're going to talk about one of my favorite things to kind of demo is cutting an onion. Now, a lot of people ask me all the time, Chef, I always have problems cutting an onion. So I'm going to show you guys a really quick, easy way to cut your onion into a dice, okay? First of all, you have to have a very, very, very sharp knife, okay? Very important, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to cut off the end, stand it up like this. Now, whenever I cut anything, I'm always thinking flat surfaces, okay? You always want to cut on flat surfaces. This is an onion, it's round. If I try to cut this, whatever, I can hurt myself, and it will be uneven cuts, which means uneven cooking, okay? So what I'm going to do is cut in flat surfaces. So this is a flat surface. This is a flat surface, okay? So we move this one out the way. I'm going to peel the skin. Now, I get the question all the time, Chef, how do you cut without crying? How do you cut onions without crying? So there's a couple of different ways, but I like to do my way. It is kind of funny. What I like to do is take a spoon, and you put the spoon there. Take a spoon, and we put a spoon in our mouth. Weird, right? Only reason I do that is because you want to go right away. It's not going away. Put it over here. Okay, so what that does is it makes you breathe out of your mouth and not your nose. You cry when you cut an onion because the sulfur from the onion is going up your nose, which makes you cry. So if you breathe out of your mouth, you won't cry. So if you get told why you cut, like I'm doing right now, I'm not going to cry. If I chew gum with my mouth open, I won't cry. You can wear goggles. Some people have these goggles or whatever. You can do that. But I usually just put a spoon in my mouth. Okay? So, my onion, I cut horizontal, then I cut vertical. Okay? So what I like to do is make a claw. My claw is here. My knife is straight down. And I'm just cutting down. And this is my dice that I'm looking for. Okay? Simple and easy. The important thing though, guys, is to have a sharp knife. Now, I have a guy, there are several ways you can get your knife sharpened. There's people throughout the area that offer knife sharpening. I think I mentioned this to you guys before. I get my knife sharpened technically 4 times a year, but mainly twice a year, around Thanksgiving and around Easter. I always get my knife sharpened. Now in between there, I may go back in for a quick little sharpening, but I always get my knife sharpened. It's very important to have sharp knives.
Where do you get yours from?
So I get them sharpened at a place that I don't want to mention because it's not affiliated with Myers Market. No, I'll tell you. So it's a guy. His name is Kevin Noon. Noon, right? You can do a Google Yahoo search, Kevin Noon sharpening. He sharpens knives. So he usually charges $1 per knife. Excuse me, $1 per inch of your knife. So this is like a 6-inch shelf knife. It's $6 to sharpen this knife. So Kevin Noon, if you go see him, please tell him I said hi. Really, really nice guy. And he does it old school way. He has a like a wheel, like a sharpening wheel, and he's doing it that way. So it's really, really wonderful. It takes maybe 10 minutes for him to sharpen like a set of knives. And if you're looking to buy knives, guys, I'm really, really big. I'm really big on buying knives. Don't buy knives online. Like, you know, on Amazon or anything like that. The reason why, because you want to feel your knife. You want your knife to be in your hand. You want to see the weight of your knife when you cut. If you buy it online, you don't hold it until you get, you know. So there's a store out, if you're an East Sider, it's a store out on Chagrin in East called Sur La Table. It looks like Sur La Table, but Sur La Table. That's where I get pretty much all of my knives from. Sur La Table has amazing knives. They'll let you hold them, they'll let you cut them. They have a big cutting board. You can cut them on, cut the knives, and you know, you can feel the knife and see how heavy or light the knife is. Okay? So, real quick, guys, on a quick little trick on bringing bell peppers, okay? I know we get seeds all over the place when we cut bell peppers, right? Show you guys a quick little trick, okay? We're gonna cut off the ends. We're gonna stand it up like this. Put this in here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make a little slit here. We're gonna roll it out. And then what I'm gonna do, just run my knife kind of horizontal to the board while I'm rolling it out. And there's no seeds. Oh, look at that. No seeds. It's the small things in life that entertain. Okay, so that's our ring bell pepper. I'm going to cut it into thirds. What we're going to do here, guys, is just kind of cut it. Thank you, Chef. So tomorrow, guys, just to let you guys know, if you have absolutely nothing to do and you want to make the hour and 15-minute drive, I will be at, anybody familiar with Farmer Lee Jones? He's always on Fox 8. He has the bow tie, the red bow tie, the overalls. You've seen him before, you may see him. So he has this amazing farm. It's probably the best farm in Northeast Ohio. It's out in Milan, Ohio. So it's about an hour and 15 minutes away. I'm doing a cooking demonstration out there tomorrow for 3 hours. Doing a cooking demonstration out there. So, free samples. It's an amazing farm. If you guys want to go out there, it's beautiful. I'm telling you, the farm, it's like, I can't even explain how beautiful it is, but it's gigantic. Every produce you can think of is out there. Otherwise, coming out and checking me out. And again, free samples. I'm making some risotto tomorrow. So I'm doing like a vegetable risotto using vegetables from the farm. So I'd love to see you guys out there. Okay. All right, so my peppers, I've kind of cut into like little strips here, and then we're going to kind of dice across. Okay, so the one thing, guys, when you're cooking at home, most important thing is to kind of make sure that all of your veg, when you're cutting your vegetables up, are about the same size when you're cutting them up. The reason why is because it obviously promotes everything to cook evenly. If it's different sizes, one thing will cook faster, one thing will cook smaller, smaller but shorter, and then you'll end up with uneven cooking. Okay? So we're gonna put this in here. Chef Lisa just gave me this. She always gives me like little stuff. She gave me this. I love stuff like this. I have all kind of stuff at home at Chef Lisa. Like, Chef, I found this. I'm giving you this. I got all kinds of stuff. I'm a very simple man. I don't need one. I'm a very simple man. I don't need much. I just need cooking stuff. I mentioned to you guys before, I travel a ton. So I've been, a lot of places all over the world, and I always get stuff. I always get platters and cookie stuff. When I have to go back through customs, the customs people look at me like, "What are you doing with this?" I'm like, "I am cooking with it. I'm not going to do anything illegal with it." Okay, so our pot is on. We're going to wait for our pot to get really, really warm. We're going to add a little oil. This is not wine, this is oil. What I like to do, guys, is kind of hollow out a wine bottle, put vegetable oil in this one, a little spigot at the top. And this is my little olive oil bottle on top. Don't drink this. Okay, so put a little olive oil, and it's going to be a little vegetable oil in there. So we're going to go veg in. Now I have the green bell peppers, I have the onions, and I have some garlic already cut up here. That's what I want to hear. So we're going to go ahead and add our veg, and we're going to let that kind of cook down a little bit. Now I told you guys that this recipe is kind of important to me. Reason why I do a lot of charity events and things like that. I won a cook-off, a charity cook-off, using this recipe. Actually, I won it 3 out of 4 years for Cleveland, the Autism Speaks. So it's for Autism Society of Greater Cleveland. We did a chili cook-off, and I won 3 out of 4 years with this simple recipe. Other chefs were putting like all kind of animals in their chili, and I just do it simple. I mean, one guy had, what did he have? What's it? I swear, I think it was frog. I think he had some kind of something in it, and it was not tasty at all. But I just do a simple chili. So, the great thing about this chili is you can put this on, like if you want to do this for the weekend, do this on a Friday night and let it sit, and then wake up the next morning, reheat it, and you have chili all day. And the great thing about this also, guys, is, I bought all of these ingredients here at the store, here at the Myers, less than $50. So this will feed you forever. So if you want to just kind of make it, put it in your refrigerator, and then, have your family kind of eat off of it for a couple of days, you save money. And that's the way I eat. I love it. I can just go in and just throw in the microwave or throw in the stovetop, reheat, and eat. And chili is the perfect recipe for that. Okay? So, guys, I know some people here that probably don't do pork. Sorry. There will be pork in this. So we are doing both pork and beef in this. What I like to do also, guys, you can alter this recipe to however you like. You know how some stores, I'm pretty sure they have it here, some stores have the meatloaf mix. So that meatloaf mix that you see, do the meatloaf mix in here as your meat. Really good. Okay, so veg looks good, smells good. We're going to use our knife, pop open our pork. Don't do that at home. I know it's kind of hard. Don't do that at home. Okay, so we're going to put our pork in. I like to do pork first. Pork generally takes a little longer to cook than the beef. Okay. Next thing, guys, we're going to do is we're going to kind of cook that pork down just a little bit. No seasoning yet. We'll get to the seasoning in a moment. So I just wanted to kind of start browning a little bit in here. You can do things like ground chicken. Ground chicken would be good in here also if you don't want to do ground pork. You can also do like ground lamb. It'd be really good also. But make sure if you do get ground chicken or even ground lamb, kind of try to find some that has a higher fat content. I wouldn't do like ground chicken breast because it's too dry and it'll dry out on you. Try to find like ground chicken thighs or ground chicken like drumsticks. You know, you can actually find that in some specialty stores, maybe even here you can find it. Okay? So from there, we're going to add our beef. Now, the beef that I have here, guys, this ground beef is 80-20. So it's 80% lean, 20% fat. I don't like to go over 80-20. If you do like 85-15 or 90-10, it's just not lean enough. I mean, excuse me, it's not enough fat in there. It's too lean, and it ends up like getting really dry. Okay. Switch close. Good. Okay, so we have our pork, we have our beef in here. Now we're going to start talking spices. Okay, my favorite spice in the entire world is cumin. Okay, love cumin. Okay, so everybody's familiar with cumin? No? Okay, here, I'll do this and I'll pass it around, let you guys smell it. Don't taste it. I'll let you smell it. So look, cumin. That smokiness of cumin is just lovely. It's my favorite. Okay, so we got the cumin. We have a little garlic powder. Guys, I use garlic powder. I don't use garlic salt because you don't know the amount of salt that's in garlic sauce, so it may be really salty. Okay, we have a little oregano. Okay. And then we have chili powder. Okay. As you see, I'm measuring everything out to the exact number. Sorry. Some of you guys know I actually have a cookbook, and the worst thing about writing a cookbook was measuring everything out. I just did not want to measure anything. Like, what? I mean, that's even doing my cooking classes. I see people that have been to my cooking classes at Cornucopia. The worst thing about writing those recipes is just measuring. I went to school. I went to public schools. I know how to measure. Okay. So, from there, do you guys smell that? That smells amazing. I don't think I'm sharing today, Chef. I know sometimes I know I say it every time, but this time I'm definitely not sharing. I'm never sharing. Not sharing. You guys can buy some natural hot sushi over there or something. Okay. So, interesting ingredients. We're adding cinnamon. So we think in terms of cinnamon as a sweet, like spice. Actually, cinnamon is very spicy. It's very, thank you so much. Cinnamon is very spicy. If you ever want to try something, it's like a little cinnamon on a spoon and try to eat it by itself. And then we got a little cayenne. You see how spicy cinnamon is? Okay. So we have all of our lovely spices here, except our salt and pepper, so which I need to add in. This smells amazing. So I'm one of these people. I'm kind of weird, as you guys probably can tell. I'm kind of weird. I'm one of these people that can do, I call it bolo meat. Right? You know, like a bolo meat. That's it. Something here. I can't even finish doing what I'm doing right now. I'm done. Done, guys. We're going home. Oh, so sometimes, guys, when I'm making like spaghetti or chili or something like that, I make what I call bolo meat. And I know it sounds weird. So what I do is I take a portion of this, I put it in a bowl, and I just eat it. It's just meat. It's weird. I know. I'm a weird guy. But I like meat. I'm an American, I'm a red-blooded American. I just like meat. I don't eat vegetables. I don't need anything else with it. I eat bowl of meat. Question. Bowl of meat question.
Okay, you put all of your seasoning in at once,
Yes.
as opposed to layering.
So chef's talking about layering. I partially put all of my seasoning in. We're going to put more seasoning in once I add everything else. So now we're going to add the beans. That's a great point. So we're going to add the beans. So what we did, we have 2 cans of black beans, which we drained and we rinsed. So we're going to put in black beans. Yes. Okay. Then we're going to start talking about our tomato products. Now, I am a fan of using tomato sauce and diced tomatoes, okay? But use whatever you like. If you feel comfortable using something else, use something else. But I use diced tomatoes. These are the cheap diced tomatoes. Okay? My mother used to make this dish, and she would use like the whole tomatoes, and like I get slimy tomato all in it. I love my mother. Mother's no longer with us, but I loved her, but I hated her chili. Her chili was terrible. Until I started making it, and it was really good once I started. Okay, so diced tomatoes in. We're going to go with our tomato sauce, which is upside down. It's okay, chef. I'm not blaming you, chef. Okay. Tomato sauce. Okay. And now we're going to go to salt, pepper, and we're going to build flavors. And we're going to talk about layering flavors. And this is what Chef Elisa was talking about, layering flavors. So this is a nice, thick, hearty soup. Nothing like, or chili, I should say. It's nothing like a good chili on a 70 degree day here in Cleveland, Ohio. When I made this recipe a couple weeks ago, I was like, you know what? It's going to be cold. It's going to be nice and cold, and people are going to love it. And it'll be 75 degrees and sunny outside. We'll just do it again next month in November. We'll do chili again. So we're going to salt in. I'm a kosher salt fan because I'm Jewish. You just got to laugh. Do you think they believe in Jewish? It would be my holiday right now if I was Jewish. I'm going to celebrate Rosh Hashanah. Yeah, I'm not even fucking pork. I'm definitely not Jewish. Okay. Added salt, added pepper. And now I'm going to add all the other spices back in here. And I'm going to go oregano in. And this is that layering of flavor that Chef Elisa was talking about. I'm going to go chili powder in. And this is that chili powder from 2004. I just purchased it. I know some of you guys are like, man, I got to go home and throw away all of my spices. Sorry. Okay, we're going to go cumin in. Now, people who haven't experienced cumin, what you guys think? I mean, the smell is amazing. I love it. I sleep with it. I put it like under my, no, I don't. Okay. I love this smell of food. But cumin is really good because it works so well in so many different dishes. If you're making like a gravy, like I said, Thanksgiving is next month. You're making a gravy, you want to add some additional depth of flavor. Put a little cumin in. And then finally, guys, we're going to do a little garlic powder. Again, garlic powder, not garlic salt. Okay? Cool. So we're going to bring this to a boil. And then it's going to be pretty much done. I'm going to taste it. You guys know my rule on tasting, right? I don't look at you when I taste it. I want you guys to see the look on my face. Nice and thick. Really good stuff. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm kidding. No, I understand sugar. As long as you don't put it in your grits, I understand sugar.
Don't put it in the bread.
So when I run for president in 2028, when I run for president, you know, the economy, the border prices, fentanyl, I don't care about any of that. I'm running on no sugar in grits. That's going to be you can vote for me if you like. But there will not be sugar in grits in America. You can go somewhere else if you want sugar in your grits. You can move to Afghanistan if you want sugar in your grits.
Oh, that's even worse.
Oh my God.
I quit. I don't even want to cook anymore. I'm done. I'm done. This is ridiculous. So we're going to bring this to a boil, guys, and then we're going to simmer it for a little bit, and then we're going to go. But I do understand what I was going to say. I do understand the sugar in something like this. The reason why is the acidity from the tomatoes can be bad for some people. You know, especially if you have like acid reflux. Sugar balances that out. I totally understand. My wife puts sugar in her like spaghetti, and it's like the worst thing ever. But you know, I went to a restaurant. And I'm not even going to name the restaurant, but I did it. Some of you guys know I do like the instant dinner for two. So I did an instant dinner for two for a guy. The other day, a guy and his girlfriend, and the guy owns a little soul food restaurant here in the city, I'm not going to say the name. And we were talking about, again, his business and everything. And I was like, man, I'm hungry, man. You know, and he was like, man, go ahead and order. You know, I'm going to order something. You can just go pick it up. I'll pay for it. I said, great, man, go ahead. So I went to his restaurant, picked it up. They make these, I'm not even say the name of them, because if I say the name, you'll know who it is. They make these, I'm not, but they make these wings, right? And there's a reason I'm telling this story. They make these wings, right? And the wings had honey and lemon pepper in it. It had so much honey, my teeth was hurting for 3 days.
Wow.
It was just so sweet. I am not a sweet guy. I don't need sweet stuff. The wings were perfect. But this sauce on top of it was so sweet. And I'm not telling you guys the name. I will take cash though. If anybody wants to know, they can give me $20 and I will definitely tell you the name of the restaurant.
Were they turkey or chicken?
Turkey and chicken. Oh, chicken. She said turkey or chicken. I'm like, you said your chicken?
What side of town was it?
You know it was This is not a 20 question. You are not getting me to tell you who that is. I'm not.
Okay.
The guy was really nice. Had a great time serving him. But just his chicken wings are super sugary. Sugary. Okay, a little more salt. Okay. So we're gonna let this cook down. I like pepper. We're gonna do a little pepper. So what we're gonna do here, guys, we're going to get some exercise. So Chef Elisa's going to put the condiments, a little accoutrement over there. We have green onions, we have cheese, and we have sour cream. And we also have these oyster crackers you guys can put on top. So we love you guys, but you're going to have to get up and put this stuff on top, okay? So as you guys see, it didn't take me long to make this chili, maybe half an hour to make this chili. The longer you cook it, obviously the more flavor it's going to have. You can make this, like I said, on a Saturday or like a Friday night or even Saturday morning. Let it go under really low temperature all day. Kind of stir it every 15 minutes, make sure it's still good, and then let it go. You can do different things as far as meat-wise in this. You can take brisket, put a brisket in here, like cut it up really small, put it in here. You can do, but just make sure whatever meat you use, it has a large fat content or has a lot of fat. Don't do like a filet mignon in here, because filet doesn't have any fat content, and it will be very dry what you're eating, okay? You want some meat that has a fat content that's going to stay moist through this. I know people love ground turkey. I don't like ground turkey in chili because again, it's too dry. If you do turkey, try to do like a turkey thighs, ground turkey thighs instead of ground turkey breast. Okay. I think we're close. I do want to taste one more time. This is not the same spoon I used earlier. That's it. That spoon is over here. I get emotional sometimes. Yes. Okay. So you can make like a vegetable-based one, but obviously it's difficult. If one person eats one thing and one person eats another. I mean, you can play it off and just saute down some like ground beef and add it to it. Yeah, carrots, great, or even mushrooms. So mushrooms are really good. You kind of cut them in a way where they almost look like meat, almost.
I want to answer the question. I have a sister that does not eat meat, and I make all my sisters and children. So what I do is I put my meat separate. I take my portion out of the stew, or put it in a separate water, and continue to cook the stew. Not all the way done because I want this to be seasoned as well. Then I put my meat in the big pot so that I can satisfy all of the people. And you'll still have your meat, and that person will still have your meat. Stew.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Are you shredding the carrots? Or you chef well?
Like if you use carrots, I would kind of use them not whole, but you want pieces.
Okay.
The problem with that, not problem is you have to kind of get to the point where the carrots don't dissolve in there. You don't want to overcook them and they get really mushy in there, but you do want them to be kind of firm. When you get to them. Good question.
Any particular type of mushroom?
I would do more of like a baby bella mushroom, kind of quarter them. So you want them to be kind of firm, Oyster mushrooms would be great. Only issue with oyster mushrooms is they are very seasonal. Yeah. You don't want to. I use oyster mushrooms very, very infrequently.
Any other vegetables that you would use if you were not using meat in there?
I would do kale in it.
Okay.
Use some kale. Kale will come out really good. Kind of like slice it kind of thin, so it almost kind of goes through there. It kind of sets up really well, so kale will be great.
Okay.
Or you can do different kind of beans, not just black beans. You can do pinto if you want. You do navy beans if you want. You do garbanzo beans. Just do a variety of beans if you don't want to do meat.
Would you mix a variety in there?
Yeah, just don't invite me over to your house. I don't want to.
Okay.
I'm glad you got that. I will be far away from you if you have a mixture of beans.
Well, I won't do it then.
Okay, good. I don't want to.
Just make it simple.
Honestly, if somebody knows one, I would love to hear it. There's no technical way that I have found to prevent you from having some reaction from beans. You can rinse the beans. You can. Apparently, they sell some kind of thing that you can take it for like vino or whatever. I don't know if any of this stuff works. So when I make this chili recipe at home, me and my wife sleep in 2 separate beds. We know we're sleeping in different beds. How's the chili?